Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Talk Show. Today we are going to code Emacs Lisp. I'm going to teach you how to write a major mod from the ground up. So let's begin right away. So it's just going to be Emacs Lisp, and let's focus on Emacs Lisp. Okay, so I'm using this is Kinesis Advantage 2 keyboard, and this is Ultimate Hacking keyboard, this one on top, and you can go to XR keyboard blog and find my reviews and buy them. Okay, Ultimate Hacking Kinesis Advantage. So now let's start coding Emacs Lisp. So I'm going to teach you how to write a major mod. Okay, so what is this? So Emacs Lisp tutorial, that's right. So now let's go to today's talk show. Okay, and let's go to topic notes. So we have some notes on what we are going to do today. Emacs Golang mod. Okay, so let's copy that. So this is what we're gonna do. Turn on global highline mod. So that is what we're gonna do. Copy, split the window, go to today's talk show, open it, and paste the link here. Remove the li, make a new list, and okay, let's just start writing a Golang mod. Okay, showing browser, you can see that's our topic. Okay, now why do I want to write a new Golang mod? Because I have, for example, let me show you my .emacs. So my alpa, my library Emacs, the packages I installed are, Magit. Delete Magit. I don't use it. Anyway, so there is a Golang mod. Okay, that's essentially right now almost the only one package I use. So let's go to a, now and then I code Golang. So let's go to a find replace script I've written in Golang. So let's open it. Now the problem is whenever you activate Golang mod, it will actually start to spin up your D drive. Very annoying. So it takes half a second. So for example, let's go to open bookmark, find replace. Okay, find replace, go, enter. Now it's anyway, trust me, okay, it's spinning up the D drive. I'm not sure why, but anyway, so here is a find replace script. Let's clean up so I can type whatever I want, find string and replace string, find string and replace string. They are superior to set or whatever you are using, the Unix set. So anyway, Golang mod. So I'm going to save it. Okay, I'm going to write Golang mod. A Golang mod from scratch. Okay, let's just do it. Let's begin. Okay, where do I want it? So go to XR Emacs. Okay, here is all my packages. Now split window, open new buffer, save it. XR Golang mod.el. Okay, let's start writing a Golang mod. Okay, I got the open today's talk show, go to notes, okay, go to XR's talk show. So Golang fix print lines. Okay, so this should be actually Emacs. Let's go see. Yeah, so this topic. Okay, let's go back to talk show. Cut it. Go back to talk show. Paste it here. So that's today's topic. Now, okay, now let's start to write the mod. Okay, if you have questions, comments related to Emacs Lisp coding, type it there. Okay, I'll be, I'm gonna answer your question related to what I'm doing Emacs Lisp only today. So Golang mod. Okay, so let's start right to Golang mod. So how do you begin? Okay, so to write the Golang, we're gonna do it from scratch. You go to Practical Emacs Lisp, click on writing a major mod, click on syntax clearing. So these are a collection of tutorials on writing a major mod. So okay, anyway, let's begin. Okay, Golang mod. Now I need to copy some Emacs several of my other packages. Let's model it on some JavaScript mod. Okay. Golang mod, let's model it on that. It's pretty simple, okay? It's pretty simple. So let's copy some of the lines here and begin. Golang mod, okay? Major mod for editing Golang. Okay, and UTF coding UTF-8 lexical binding true. Okay, date, copyright, author, version let's 1.0. okay, 1.00. date, package requires 25. Let's put 26. Okay, now this package requires, it should mean the earliest package possible, earliest Emacs version that your mod will work. The earlier, the better. Okay, so if you, for example, if you say Emacs 19, that means your mod is gonna be compatible with Emacs 19, 20, whatever. So Emacs 19 is like 1990s. So 26 is 3 years ago. Anyway, so the detail, so let's go on. So tell your friend to buy a copy. If you like it, buy my mod. Okay, so and here's a web page. I'm going to create a web page for it. Right now it's empty, so let's just leave that. This is not part of GNU Emacs. That's a standard header. Major mod for editing Golang code. Okay, alpha stage. No, it's not alpha. Okay, so remove that line, some JavaScript mod. History, okay, delete that. Okay, now, first of all, how am I going to do this? Okay, so yeah, so where's the code? Define derived mod. Okay, how am I going to do this? So I'm going to show you how to write a major mod from scratch. I'm writing a Golang mod. So I can either follow my tutorial here. If you follow my tutorial, you can create a mod by yourself, or I can just go freely. What do you guys think? Comments, okay? Let's check video, check audio, check. Okay, so writing a Golang mod. Yeah, write a Golang mod. How am I going to begin? So I can follow my tutorials. That way you have the notes and step-by-step instruction, or I can just do a free form coding while I code on the fly. So we want syntax clearing, we want font lock, which is part of syntax clearing. We want to define a face, not necessarily. We want to, actually, the easiest way is actually just to for me to copy. Like typically, I just copy one of my existing mod, for example, HTML mod or JavaScript mod, just for example, copy the whole thing, then just paste the whole thing here, then start to edit it. That's kind of the easiest way. But let's not do that, okay? Let's actually do it from scratch, okay? So undo, let's do it from scratch. So here is, let's do it from scratch. So here is how to write a mod. So you want to, for example, you want to write a mod that syntax color certain words like that. For example, this is your own language. This language is Wolfram language, by the way, but suppose you are writing a mod for it. So here's your source code. Here is your source code. And so how do you write it? You do it this way, okay? So here is the code. So define mod, Golang mod, Golang mod, okay? Based on fundamental mod, okay? So I'm gonna explain, okay? Sum. Put the sum here. So first of all, you want to say syntax highlight. So Golang. Should I name it Golang mod or Golang mod or Go mod? Yeah, I think it should. The official name is just Go. Okay, let's just name it Go. Okay, so rename the file. Okay, Go mod, done. Now search for. Now replace all word Golang by just Go. Do it. Okay, Go mod. Okay, so first of all, we want to syntax highlight. Okay, so what are the keywords to syntax highlight? For example, let's open a Golang file. This is too big. So here is my Golang script. So some of the keywords of Golang, for example, var string. Okay, Golang, go to Golang tutorial. Okay, compile, run. Okay, so some of the keywords are package, import, fun, main, print, ln. Okay, for example, that's some of the keyword for this source code. So we are gonna try that. Okay, so first of all, you want to highlight these words. So what do you do? Cut that. So you're gonna create, the first job we're gonna do is create the syntax highlighting. Okay, so function name face. So we're gonna modify this line. So replace space by backslash vertical line. This vertical line there. So do it. Okay, so that's our string. Copy the string. Okay, so this is our line. So remove that sine cosine stuff and remove the constant stuff. Okay, so this is keywords we want to highlight. Okay, so now we can, this is the main function to define the mod. Let me explain. Okay, so you can look at the documentation, describe function, define derived mod. That's a function to create a mod, a major mod. Okay, so here is the documentation for define derived mod, and you can read it yourself. So, but I'm just gonna go quickly. So define derived mod takes several arguments. Okay, the first argument is your mod name. So this is the command you call metax, then type this, it will activate the mod. Okay, then the second argument is which mod you want it to be based on. So Emacs major mods has some sense of inheritance. So if you base on C mod, it will have basically all features of C mod. So in our case, I'm just going to base on fundamental mod. Fundamental mod is a mod with no features at all, nothing. Every Emacs buffer has to have a major mod. So you cannot have no mod. So the closest is just fundamental mod. It's a mod without any feature. So I want to base the Go mod on fundamental mod because we are going to do it from completely scratch. We don't want to inherit some features from C land or whatever land. Okay, so we are going to do from scratch. So first argument, the mod name, the command to activate the mod. The second argument, the what mod it's based on. The third argument is a string that is displayed here in the mini buffer status bar. The what they call, what's the technical jargon, Emacs jargon for this bar? Typically mod line. Okay, so this line, this gray line, in Emacs jargon, it's called mod line. So it shows you like what's the current encoding, whether the file has been saved, what is the file name, what is the position of your cursor. If you go to the, very, it's not intuitive, idiotic. BOT means bottom. If you go to the top, it says it means all buffer are shown. And here's the line number and the column number. For example, if I move the column, you can see it increases. Move the cursor, you see. So this line, this gray bar is called mod line in Emacs jargon. So, and here it shows the mod name. It shows so right now I'm in XA Emacs Lisp mod. So the short name for XA Emacs Lisp mod for display is summation elisp. That's just my style, okay, my brand. So on the third line, the third argument is a short name for your major mod, the display name for your major mod. It has no technical significance. You see, this name has no technical significance. It's just a name that's displayed in the mod line. That's all. So okay, so I'm just going to say some go, following my personal brand name. Then here's a documentation string. Okay, so major mod for editing Go language code. Okay, then let's put a date. Okay, the date created. Okay, created. Actually, let's not put a date. Okay, so that's it. Then here is the body. So here now is the body of the function. So when user calls metax this command, what are you going to do? So we're gonna add more lines here. So in this case, we defined a variable go highlight, go highlight. Okay, let's copy that. So we want to set the built-in variable font lock defaults into this list. Okay, so that means tells the font lock mod, like whenever user calls XA go mod, it will set the font lock defaults to this list. Okay, so that's it for this. Let's shrink so you can see the whole file is just like 10 lines of code. Okay, save it, go to diet, press capital L to load it. Okay, load xago mod.el. Yes. Okay, so it's loaded. Now open a new buffer, copy this thing, copy, paste. Okay, now right now it's in XA HTML mod. So let's call xago mod. Okay, it's metax XA go mod. Okay, do it. Fantastic. Can you see that? So that's how easy to write a major mod, at least for syntax coloring. So we have part of the let's go back. So we have we have it done. So let's save this xx, let's say xs xx go example dot go. Okay, go is the file name extension for Golang code. Okay, open it, close it, open it again. Okay, right now it's using the default Go mod. So let's remove the default Go mod. Okay, so let's do that. Close that. Let's delete the Golang mod. Okay, delete. In fact, I'm gonna delete -git magic transient with editor. Those all are installed by Magic. No good. So I don't use them these days. Delete them all recursively. Yes. Yes. Delete them all. So I have no external packages installed now. So now if I open the example Go file, close it. Yeah, it's still highlighted because the Golang mod code is already in cache, I suppose. Okay, let's restart Emacs. Okay, do it. Comments and questions. Press one single key to start Emacs. Now make the font size 16. Open a new window. Okay, now move this. Now call command to start the command log mod, so you can see what I'm typing. So shrink the window. Put it back here. I'm gonna read the comments in a bit. Okay, keep the comments going. So now you can see, close this. Okay, now open the file. You can see it's not in Golang mod anymore. So now we are totally reliant on our own Golang mod. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go to our Golang mod definition. Okay, now let's add code so that whenever a file ends in Go is opened, it will activate Golang mod. So how do you do that? You go to let's go to Emacs tutorial. Where is it? Okay, go to Practical Emacs. I can easily find the code, but let's go through my tutorial, because that way you know where to find the information. Of course, there are other ways. You can also search for Emacs Lisp manual. But anyway, let me show you. Okay, so now click on write the major mod. Now I want to associate a file extension to the major mod. So what is the code? Actually, the code is not here, but it's in Emacs init. Okay, because sometimes when you set up your Emacs init, you can customize your Emacs so that when certain file is opened, it will open in a major mod you prefer, because often there are several major mods for the same language. So okay, where is it? What is major mod? What is minor mod? Customize, organize init file, byte compile. What is hook? Avoid lambda in hook. Environment variables in Emacs. Check OS version hostname. Install packages. Install package manually. Tab space. Okay, so where is it? File. Default major mod. Okay, so you click on that. That tells you how to associate a file name to automatically open in a particular major mod. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, actually, so here is a code. Paste it. Okay, automod a list. Okay, so now go change it to Go mod. Okay, so that's how you do it. Now the first part is a regular expression. Now you might be wondering what. So the dot is a regular expression for any character. So you don't want any character, you want the literal dot. So you need the backslash in front of it. Okay, but backslash in Emacs Lisp string is a meta character, meta character. It's a escape character. So therefore, when you need a backslash, you need to put another backslash in front. So this part just means a literal dot, and this part is a idiosyncrasy to Emacs Lisp's regular expression. So that apostrophe symbol means end of the line. Okay, it's similar to regular expressions $sign normally. Yeah, is it $sign? Yeah, normally it's $sign. Beginning of the line is a correct, end of the line is a $sign. But in Emacs Lisp, you also have that. Anyway, that's technical. That's a regular expression technical detail. I have a tutorial explaining that. Just search for XRD Emacs Lisp regular expression. You'll find. But anyway, so here it just means any file ending in .go. Okay. So evaluate the buffer. Now go to the diode. Open this file. Close it. Open it. Wait, why is it not associated? Why is it not working? Add to list. Oh, okay. So this line actually needs to be outside of it. Now evaluate the buffer. Go to diode. Go to this file. Open it. Fantastic. You can see syntax colored. And if you look at the mod line, it says some go. That so we are using our mod. So essentially that's done. Now we just need to elaborate it. We need to so things to do, okay? Make the syntax coloring to be more proper, okay? List of all function names. List of all keyword names. Keyword is in a technical sense in compiler, in programming language compiler and parser. In programming language grammar means words like for, if, then, go to, or break. Break. Wow, that's typically what keyword means in a programming language. Then you have class names, you have function names, you have directive names. Depending on language, you have several other. So one of the tasks is to refine the syntax coloring so that it will support all these different names by different color, okay, and constant. Built-in constants. Variable names, blah blah blah, and string names and string and comment. Okay. Then make string and comment syntax color. Syntax color string. Okay. Syntax color string and syntax color comment. Then write a function to toggle comment. Okay, comment, uncomment. So we're gonna do this, and then we need to write completion. Okay, oh, wait, what? Then we need to do keyword completion. Okay, so we are going to do all this today. So how long have we been talking? 30 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna do this. So what's the comments now? Oh, mode line. Okay, that's just my pronunciation. I always say mod. I suppose the proper way is mode. But I wonder. Let's digress a little bit, just tiny bit. I wonder if people sometimes do pronounce it as mod instead of mode. Possibly it's a alternative pronunciation. Just not as popular. So Merriam-Webster is a lousy dictionary. It doesn't give the international standard pronunciation symbols. Okay, let's digress a little bit. Okay, let me show you Unicode. Punctuation, square, arrow, man symbol. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Phonetics. Okay, I'm talking about phonetics, English phonetics. International IPA. Okay, it's called International Phonetic Association. It's a let's see, where is it? Korean Phoenician. Okay. Where is it? Oh, there, IPA. Okay, so here, we have a system of letters to indicate pronunciation, and there are several of such standards. The most popular used internationally is IPA. It's called IPA, phonetic symbols. Okay, but however, for American dictionaries, they tend to use their idiosyncratic creation. For example, on the left column, you are seeing IPA symbols. In the middle is American Heritage Dictionary symbols, corresponding to the IPA symbols. And on the right, the third column is Merriam-Webster's dictionary. So, they are idiosyncratic, they are idiotic. So here we have dark, hot, park, car, so that's IPA. Okay, so digression. Let's go back to talk show. And let me read the comments, and let's go back to what we are talking about today. So let's go back to, so anyway, yeah, mode. So let's see IPA, show IPA, okay? And turn on JavaScript, refresh, show IPA, mode. Okay.
Mode.
Do they have, indignant, do they actually give a different pronunciation for, the question I want to ask is, are there people who say mode as mod is in some region or in some country? Regional variation, I don't know. So anyway, that's a digression. Probably not, maybe not. So close that. Okay. What do we have here? Phonetics, spelling, and or high. The ed. So you're talking about diet. I always call this Emacs feature, which let's open in Windows. This is what I call folder viewers. Okay, now there's a technical jargon for this. For the Windows, this is called File Explorer. Okay, File Explorer. On the Mac, it's called Finder. On Linux, it's called File Manager. The idiotic jargons, each one has their own particular jargons. File Manager. File Manager is actually the general term. So on Windows, it's called File Explorer. In Emacs, it's called Diet or the ed. I always pronounce it Diet. It's called Diet because it's a directory editor. It's short for directory editor, the ed. So directory editor, that's a hacker's 1980s term for file manager. Okay. So but what I call it folder viewer. Okay, that's the most intuitive, to the point terminology. So we are talking about naming of things. Like that's part of the theme in Talk Show. I mentioned this many times. It's fairly important. Naming of things and jargons, because when you have the wrong jargon, when you have a jargon, there are many criterias. It affects communication, it affects education, broadly speaking, and long term. So anyway, I just call it a folder viewer, okay, because it's an application, it's a viewer that view folders and files, folder viewer. Okay, so open, so diode, okay, so let's close that. Let's go back to the coding Emacs Lisp. Okay, I don't think there's a variability in the pronunciation of mode. Okay, so I should call it mode. Okay, so yeah, and the other word I pronounced wrong is hate. Not until I do Talk Show, in the past 2 years, I learned that, nobody, there's no region called pronounce this hate. They just hide. It's always hide, but it's, it's not, it doesn't follow the, what's the name, alphabetic principle. Anyway, so let's go back to Emacs coding. So let's not digress too far. So let's go back to Emacs coding. So we have actually few things to do. Okay, so here is the code. So today we have actually written the code to do syntax coloring of Go mod. Now let's see what's the next thing we want to do. Let's focus on Lisp, guys. Emacs Lisp, today's topic. Okay, so now what's the next thing we should do? Okay, color string. Okay, so let me show you. Let's go back to Emacs. Yeah, what is this? Find Go. Okay. Yeah, you see, this find Go is my script. This is a Golang script. You can see it's a Golang script here. And if I open it, now it doesn't have syntax coloring because I deleted. I deleted the Golang Go mod. But now I close it, open it again. You can see that some parts are syntax colored because right now we are using Go mod. But you see, it's not complete. Okay, so here all these are comments. They are not colored properly, and strings are already colored properly, but not comments. Okay, let's do them. Let's fix them one thing at a time. Okay, so let's fix them. Close that. Yeah. JS mod. Close that. Close that. So add syntax color comment. Okay, so in order to add comment, let's go back to how to write a major mod. In order to add a comment, we need to here color comments. Okay, so this page I show you how, but essentially let's do this quickly. Let me. Yeah. Okay, so I need to explain this. Writing a major mod, it's a bit complicated because it involves all these systems in Emacs. If you read this page, it'll show you how to do it, but it involves the font lock mod. For example, the font lock, we haven't really explained what exactly it does. So what do I... and that also involves syntax table, okay, which is explained here, syntax table. So in order to create syntax color for comment, what we need to do is to add a entry for syntax table. Let's just do it directly. So I'm not going to explain the whole thing. Let's just get this to work. Okay, yeah. So if you want to get the detail, read all these sections, spend a week or, spend an hour, you can write a mod already. Then other details, you can read them. Okay, so now let's add syntax coloring for comments. Okay, so the easiest way is to look at my existing mod. Okay, because I have code there already. So So open JavaScript mod, search for syntax table. That's what we need. Okay, so just copy it and paste it here, and we also need to copy that line, paste it here. Okay, then I'm going to explain. So define a variable Go mod syntax table. Okay, syntax table for Go mod. Okay, then you need to set the variable. Let's do it from scratch. Okay, so let me show you how this is done. So essentially, syntax table is, so here's the code. Okay, we are defining a syntax table. So what is syntax table? In Emacs, every character is given a class. For example, you have the class of function names and variable names. In programming languages, the jargon is identifier. Okay, function names, variable names, they are identifier. So you need to define what kind of characters belong to the identifier. For example, can you have question mark in a function name? Can you have exclamation, the band in a function name? Or can you have dash, or can you have low line? Dash, yeah, or snake case. Depending, most languages do not allow you to have a dash in identifier. So anyway, so syntax table is, in Emacs, it assigns a character to each of the to a class. Okay, so it basically classify all characters. So what classes are there? You have the letters class like English letters or Chinese or Japanese or Russian alphabet. Letter class. You have punctuation class. Punctuation class are all these plus sign, minus sign, slash, question mark, colon. So let's go there. Okay, so let's go there, and you can see syntax table. So you have, okay, so here are the different classes. You have white space characters, you have word, which are basically letters. You have symbol, which means characters that can be used in identifier, but that is not a word. So for some languages, you can have underscore as part of the identifier. Then you have punctuation class, you have string delimiter, then you have brackets, left and right brackets. There are several types of brackets, square brackets, and so on. And you can also define a class for common begin and common end. So that's syntax table. And syntax table is used, okay, I'm going too slow. So syntax table is used for syntax coloring, comments, and string. Okay, so let's just code it. Okay, so in Golang, what's a comment in Golang? The Golang comment is slash. Okay, they support two type of comments. So for now let's just do one of them. So how do you add the slash as comment? So let's go here, C. So syntax table. Now let's go back to color comment. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it quickly. Okay, copy the code here. So syntax table. So what? Yeah. So that. Okay. This is a bit complex actually. So we are creating a syntax table here, and by default they have a default syntax table for all the 200 several hundred thousand characters in Unicode. Each character belongs to a class. So you don't need to define them unless you want to modify some of the syntax table. And the syntax table in Emacs is fairly complex. So that's why you see all these cryptic things. So let me explain one of them. For example, this line. This means I want the plus sign, the character plus sign, to belongs to the syntax table of dot. What is a dot? Dot is a punctuation class. Okay, so let's go back to syntax table. So you can see you have these different classes of syntax, and each syntax are represented by a short code. So you can see $sign, I mean the dot is right there. That means it's punctuation. So this line means I want the plus sign to be a punctuation. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, so but for now, let's delete. It's fairly complex. Okay, so right now it's just like that. Okay, okay, define syntax table. Okay, that this is this will make / to be the beginning of common character until end of line. That's the end of comment. And what are these parts? That's again some short code to tell Emacs, the Golang comment. Anyway, you have to read here. It's fairly complex. Okay. So anyway, so now we added a syntax table. Let's see what else I need to add. Color comments, syntax table. Yeah, you need to say, you don't need to say. Yeah, okay, so that's it. So now evaluate our code. We just run our code, run current file. Now let's go back to open the Golang file. Open it. Now add a comment. Okay, now / something comment. Fantastic, it's working. Now let's go back to the Golang find file script. Fantastic, all the comments are now colored, you see. So this script is my Golang find script, like comparable to Unix script. So find strings in a dir can be a list of strings. Okay, so you can see comments are now colored. Okay, now that's one thing fixed. Now let's fix another thing. So comments are now colored. Is string colored? String is also colored correctly. What else? Okay, syntax color string done. Syntax color comment done. Write a function to toggle comment. Okay, now we need to write a function to toggle comment. For example, this sample Golang file. Normally by default in Emacs you have the command called common dream. Okay, so in Emacs by default you have the command called common dream, and the default key is meta semicolon. Okay, in any mod you can press that key, that will create a comment. But here, let's try it. It doesn't work. So where is my meta key? You see, it doesn't work. So that's why I want to write it so that when I can press a key and it'll just add / something. And if my cursor is already on comment, it'll just uncomment it. Okay, so that's what we are going to do now. So close that. So write a function to toggle comment. Okay, so let's do it. Let's say code begin. Okay, so our code right now is just 20 lines. So write a command to toggle comment. So I don't remember, so I have to look up my own tutorial. So common command, very easy. by the way. So let's just do, okay, all you have to do is this, okay, copy it. So in the define derived mod, in the body here, let's just add that, okay, common start / common end nothing, okay, prettify the code, run the code, go to the ed, go to the sample file, Golang file, open it. Now press a key. There it is, comment. Fantastic. Okay, now press the key again. It will remove the comment line. Now you see my cursor is right here. Now do it. Fantastic. Now let's try it again. Do it. Fantastic. Now if they are close, do it. or undo, select them, select the two lines, do it. Fantastic. Now we have the common feature. Save the file, close it. Now back to the Golang mod. So we are writing a major mod and we are doing well. It's already it's kind of like already working. Now what other features I need? Let's see. So what are the done keyword completion. Okay, before we do keyword completion, we need to get all the keywords. So what are the keywords for Golang mod? Oh god, I don't so now we need to collect all building words of Golang mod. Now that's gonna take 10 minutes or 20 minutes, because then you need, if you are lucky, you can find somewhere online where people have already collected, maybe in VS Code or maybe somewhere. Otherwise, you have to kind of manually compile it from, maybe from Golang grammar. Okay, let's see if we can. So let's go back to my Golang tutorial. Let's go to the Golang spec. Okay, so this is the Go programming language specification. Okay, so let's see if they have, I don't think they have a collection of keywords. Usually they don't say that in the programming language spec. They do have a collection of keywords, you see here, but these are technical definition meaning of keywords. They do not include built-in function names, which makes them kind of not much useful. So, but anyway, so let's see. Let's add a function. Define var. Okay, Golang keywords. Okay, initial value, nil. Keywords of Golang. Okay, then you have to set, okay, set magnify. So these show those are spaces. Okay, now call command space to new line. Okay, now call command space to new line. What? They don't do it again. Wait. Do it again. Why does it fuck? Okay, select it, call it. Yeah. Open. Call it. Okay. Cut. Paste it here. Okay. Hide the space. Okay, so we got the list of keyword here. Now each one of them we need to make a string. We want to make it a list of strings. So call this command. Okay, so now they all become string, and we can sort it. okay, so that then we can compact it, make a list, okay, quote the list, okay, cut it, put it here, okay. So we got Golang keywords. Now we need to turn these keywords, a bunch of keywords, into a regular expression like that, okay, so that we can give it to the font lock. No, Go doesn't have a go to. Okay, so 12:32. So we been talking for how long? 1 hour. Okay, we've been talking for 1 hour already. So we need to make this list of keywords to a regular expression. So how do you do that? You go back to the syntax coloring. Here I show you how. Okay. So we got keywords, then we need to make them into a regular expression. So what we do is call rejects opt list of keywords, okay, remove that, okay. So this part, then this is what we need, okay. So this line, let's uncomment that, delete that, let's move that line down, okay. So now go, okay, delete that, okay. So now we have Golang keywords, copy this. So instead of this, instead of that string, delete that string, then put that there, okay. So this rejects ops will take a list of strings and turn them into a efficient regular expression, one single string, okay. So for example, describe function, here is a documentation for rejects op, okay. So okay, so go highlights, let's see, let's try it, okay. Now before we try, let's go to the sample code, let's see. Okay, the sample code doesn't tell us much. Let's go to okay, this is my Golang script for doing find grep, find text. So you can see the keyword constant is not colored. You see, constant is not colored, and let's see. So constant is not colored. Now, do we have constant here? There it is. So there is constant. So once we run the code, then we reopen this file, the constant should be colored, okay? Let's do it. So, but before we do it, let's double check, okay? That's good. Okay, eval buffer. Okay, now go to the file, close it, reopen. Now the constant is still not colored. Close it, reopen. So make sure we are using Xargo mod. Yes, it is. You can see in the mode line. So why is it not? Oh yeah. So okay, I think I got extra pair of paren maybe. try again. Eval the buffer. Close this file. Reopen it. No. Okay, so let's double check. A list. Okay, each element, so this should be a list. Each element is a okay, font log function name. Okay, that should be it. Eval the buffer. Rejects opt. Okay, eval the buffer. Go here, close it, reopen. Now it's not constant. It's not working. Let's restart Emacs. So let's go back to Emacs. Go back to the Xali keywords, set keywords, rejects op keywords. Right? That's right. And the syntax table. Okay. Eval the buffer. Okay. Open a new buffer. Go to the find script. Turn on the message buffer to see if there's any errors here. Eval the buffer, go mod. Okay, now go to the Golang script. It says fundamental. Why is it not loading? Okay, now manually load it. Xa go mod. Okay, but why is it not automatic? Because we added this line. But anyway, so now it's okay. Syntax coloring is broken, so we got something wrong here. Syntax coloring is broken, probably because our nesting structure is wrong. So let's make sure this is correct. Maybe let's see. Rejects ops describe function. Go keywords. Okay, it's a string. I don't think that'll help, but no. Is there any error? Oh, there it is. Okay, error. During redisplay, jitlog function signaled invalid function rejects op. Why is it invalid function? Oh, okay. So yeah, so we need to evaluate this part. Now this Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the problem. Let's try it first. Okay, run the code. Go to Golang script, close it, reopen it. Still doesn't work. Oh yeah, because then you need not apostrophe, but you need the backtick. Eval the buffer. Close the Golang script, reopen it. Fantastic. Now syntax colored. You can see the mode line, Xago mod, and you have syntax coloring. Then you have the syntax coloring of the word constant. So our code worked. So what is the issue? You see, the issue is Lisp complexity. Okay, so you can see there's a backtick. There's a comma. Those are kind of unusual syntax in Lisp. You might think normally Lisp is all parentheses. Not true, because you have this special apostrophe or backtick or sometimes comma. What they do is that they affect the evaluation of the Lisp expression. So for example, if you have a list, let me give you a simplest example. Okay, let's say set. Okay, Emacs Lisp mod set. Okay, set x to 3. Okay, evaluate it, and now describe variable x. It says 3, right? Now if you create a list x2, okay, yeah, because the list is, for example, here is a list. If you evaluate it, that's just x2. X is not evaluated. That's because you have the apostrophe, which is actually equivalent to that apostrophe is a shorthand for these. Okay, so these two are actually equivalent. Yeah, because if I evaluate this, okay, so this yeah, how do I explain this? Quote list. Basically, when you have an apostrophe in front, that means do not evaluate each element. Now it's equivalent to, I'm pretty sure it's equivalent to this. Okay, can we do a equal? This is actually, let's see, neo. How do I explain this? Basically, when you have an apostrophe in front, it is equivalent to, let's see if I can do this. Evaluate neo. It's complex because then there is several forms of equality. Nah, I don't think I got it right actually. Let's do it. Yeah, because then there's a complexity of cons, fucking cons. Okay, so now you can see these two are identical. Okay, this and these two lines are identical because if I evaluate it, it returns true. Now, so that also means, let's do it again. Okay, so that also means These two are also identical, okay? You see, it says true in the mini buffer. Now, so we are getting closer to explain the quote, okay? So let's can we get the quote to actually show? Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna so that's too bad. I wanted to be able to explain this in a concise and clear manner, like off the bat, but I get confused. I cannot. So anyway, the problem is with this. Okay, so how do you get over? Yeah, I mean, so if you are actually coding this, or if you are reading my tutorial, you're probably, you may likely to run into the same problem. So I need to I need to explain it somewhere. But if you just copy, if you just copy and paste the code, then you don't have that problem. You just copy and paste the code from my tutorial, okay? So a little bit complexity there. And that complexity is inherent in Lisp languages. It's not just, it's not, it's part of the Lisp language complexity. So anyway, so far our code works. Let's look at the whole file, okay? So that's about how many lines of code? Let's copy it, new buffer, paste it, 30 lines of code, okay, 20. If you shrink them, clean them, 20 lines of code. So, okay, so that's our major mod. What else? So now we got all the keywords of Go language, but that's not enough, okay? So we got all the keywords of Go language, but there are also, let's see, keywords. There's also function and method names. We should ideally, syntax coloring is kind of flexible depending on, which editor and who programmed it. I could say, the way it is right now, it's done. You got common colored, you got string colored, you got keywords, quote unquote, the specific meaning of keywords colored. That's kind of all you need. But so it depends on, the editor or the whoever coded. But for me, I also want to code or building packages. For example, OS is a built-in package. I mean, it's part of Golang, and so I do want built-in packages and built-in methods, of that package to be also colored. But okay, I'm now kind of out of focus. Because there are more things to do. There are more things to do that is more valuable. Instead of talking about this. Okay, so we got keyword colored. What else? We got keyword colored. Is there anything else I want to do, at least in this tutorial, about coloring of words? No, I think that's it. Okay. Let's see. Can you evaluate individual expression? No. You can do that in Lisp. You can also, that usually, so the answer to that question depends on the language, typically. For functional languages, which means they are usually based on expressions. Every expression is a unit. You can do that. So in Lisp, in Wolfram Mathematica, in maybe Haskell too. I don't know Haskell. So you can have Emacs. I can modify my code so that I can evaluate just that part of expression. Because why does that work? Because in function languages, it's not intermixed. Like you have a unit that can be independent by itself. It makes sense. But in Golang, C, C++, Java, these kind of languages, it doesn't work. Because for example, we are looking at Golang, you have lots of statements. Statements, they are not expressions by themselves. So that doesn't make sense. So that I think that answers your question. So it depends on the language. It's not about Emacs Lisp. Oh, for Emacs Lisp, yes, of course, you can. For example, that's 3 plus 2. Let's say 3 plus, let's say x again. So XOR Emacs Lisp mod set q x, okay, set q x equals to 2, then let's say message x. Okay, now if I run the whole thing, it'll print 2, but let's say 3. Okay, now if I just run this code, I can just run this code by calling, C. You see the mini buffer that says 3. Wait, why is it 3? Let's say 4. Okay, let's do it again. I just call a command. You see it's still 3 because I haven't evaluated that part. It's 3 because we evaluated we set it to 3 before. So right now I'm just evaluating this part without evaluating that part. But I can evaluate the whole thing. What's going on? Evaluate the whole thing. Wrong type of argument. String p neo. What the? Anyway, you can easily evaluate. If you just go to Emacs Lisp, that's a very basic. That's a very basic Emacs Lisp. Okay, you can evaluate a region or a buffer or a file or a function or just the last expression. Okay, I think that's it for today. So in summary, so we have written a mod that essentially, actually that's what I need. That does what I wanted. And we got a syntax coloring, we got comment function, we got comment coloring, we got string coloring. Then we need completion. Okay, we also need completion. So back to writing a major mod, you need completion. You need keyword completion. You need indentation, but we don't need indentation because there is a Go format. Let me show you. Okay, so for example, let's combine these. You see, here's a source code. Here is a Go source code, actual real world source code. Make a backup. Now let's say we change this block. Let's just screw it, just like that. And let's say we add a large space here. You see, now we save it, close it, copy the file name, start eShell, Go format. Okay, that's a built-in command come with Golang. Okay, then give the file, do it. Yeah, I screwed up the syntax. So now open the file again. Okay, this should be, so if you want to do that, you need a comma. Okay, so let's do it. Add a comma to them. Okay, save it, close it, run the Go format, find .go, do it. Okay, there's another syntax error expected that, found that. Okay, open the file. dot. Okay, let's just do that. Save it, close it, run the file again, do it. Line 7, character 15, line 7, so it's this part when line 7, character 15. Yeah, that's a Go syntax issue. Let's go back to Go syntax package import because there are two syntax. Oh yeah, so not comma, you need a semicolon. Okay, so replace comma by semicolon. Okay, now we have the proper syntax. Save it, close it. Now open it again. Now remember it's one single line. And here we, well, they already fixed, here we have a lot big space here, okay? Close it, run Go format, do it. It didn't change the file because, okay, Go format, you need to say change the file, okay? So Go format help. Yeah, create a file, help system cannot find the file, Go format dash help. Okay, there it is. So you want to save the file, say W, okay? So let's call the command again, Go format dash W, do it. Okay. Open the file. Fantastic. You see, it changed it. It reformatted your whole file to a kind of the standard Go format file. So you can see our giant space has been removed. So that is Go format, a tool that comes with Go language. So that means when we are writing a major mod for Golang, we do not need to write features to reformat code such as indentation. For example, we don't have to because, for example, save it, close it, Go format, reopen it. You see, it just fix it for you for the whole file. So all you have to do is in Emacs, you just need to assign a key to call the shell command Go format, which I can do. But anyway, today is too long, and I'm now getting all over the place. Pay for my haircut. Okay, thank you guys. If you like my stuff, pay me. Okay, pay me. Give me a coffee to drink. Bye, guys. So we shut down in 2 minutes. So let me just write down what we talked about and clean up. Okay. So so Go language tutorial, that's my tutorial. Go check it out. Okay, you can learn. I like Golang very much. I think it's one of the best language you should learn. Golang, PowerShell, Wolfram language. Golang, PowerShell, Wolfram language, and let's say another one. Maybe Python. These are the except Golang, except Wolfram language. These are the most practical, and you can get a job for them. Golang is fantastic, simple, very simple. So check out my tutorial. And Wolfram language, you might want to learn it because if you don't just want to be, if you don't want just be a programmer, if you want to be a mathematician, no physics and engineering, you want to study Wolfram language. So check them out. Check out my tutorials and buy my stuff. Okay, JavaScript. My JavaScript tutorial, JavaScript in depth, is the most hardcore and most complex of all my tutorials. It's the most complete, most technical, detailed, most hardcore tutorial of all my programming language tutorials. I spent 3 years writing for it full time, basically. And but JavaScript is not a good language, despite all the fancy features and becoming the basically it's not the most popular language. It's not a language I can recommend. But however, you need it just because every website is written in JavaScript. And phone apps, basically that means 90% of all applications ever used by human animals. That's JavaScript. So Golang is great. PowerShell is a new shell that in my opinion, it's a future. Potentially, it can replace Bash. Bash is still there because it's like open source. PowerShell, by the way, is also completely open source, but it's resisted by the Linux type of people because it's by Microsoft. But technically speaking, if we ignore social issues and focus only on the technicality, the technical aspects of the language, PowerShell is a magnitude superior than Bash. Okay, a magnitude superior, and in fact, it's possibly even superior than Python, and even beyond the applicability. As far as what the language can do for practical uses, I would even claim it's possible. I'm not 100% sure, but it's possible PowerShell, technically speaking, is even more powerful and has wider applicability than Python. Why do I say that? Because PowerShell is essentially a wrapper of the .NET infrastructure, and .NET is supremely powerful. .NET is beyond Python. Okay, Python is get out of the way. .NET is like the Java JVM. Okay, .NET, you have essentially the entire Microsoft Windows is running around .NET. So PowerShell is essentially kind of a shell wrapper to the .NET. You can call all .NET functions. That's kind of how it works. Okay, so PowerShell, and even ignore that, PowerShell, the syntax, the documentation, the ease, the readability is just it's just a magnitude beyond Bash. Okay, a magnitude better than Bash or whatever Unix bag. So anyway, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys. Bye. Okay, more Wolfram language next time. Yeah, because I done so many videos on Wolfram language in the past 2 weeks. So, it's that's why I'm doing Emacs Lisp today. Take a break. So of course I'll come back to Wolfram language, but I probably will not continue from yesterday doing that shell script, because Wolfram language, I need to get to do more geometry. You can see this video, it's a dynamic geometry, or this this hyperbolic polyhedron. You can do a lot of dynamic stuff, not just shell scripting. Okay, so I need to so there's a lot to come for Wolfram language in my talk show. Okay, that's it for today. So bye guys, I'm just gonna shut down.